Two SEC lawyers are in trouble here in the crypto world. Things are starting to backfire on the SEC for the first time. What does this mean? Let's talk about it today. Welcome back to the Block Hash Podcast channel. Make sure to check out our sponsor, Bump Social. They are a fantastic new social media app available on iOS and Android, really prioritizing the user and the creator, giving them each opportunities to grow on the platform, to build an audience, to build a community, to reach new people, and to connect with brands, sponsors, advertisers, you name it. Make sure to check them out. All links in the description below. Also, become a member of the Blockhash community by joining us on YouTube. For the price of about a cup of coffee a month, you get access to exclusive content and episodes before anybody else, as well as additional perks that will be coming soon. So check that out if you want to support the channel. All right. Let's dive into this. I will give you my synopsis at the end after reading through this top down, as always. So let's dive into this. Cryptocurrency earthquake at the SEC. Two lawyers sentenced for cheating in giant crypto case. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission attorneys Michael Welsh and Joseph Watkins resigned after sanctions and lashings from a federal judge for gross abuse of their authority in a cryptocurrency case. The duo founded Digital Licensing Inc., a cryptocurrency platform known as DebtBox. He was serving as the lead attorney in a case filed against him. The two resigned after an SEC official informed them they would be terminated if they remained. The SEC's lawsuit against DebtBox was marred with misrepresentations, false statements, lack of evidence, and a federal district court judge, Robert Shelby, oversaw the case and sentenced the agency for misconduct in March. The SEC's head of enforcement has since apologized for these missteps. In July, the SEC accused DebtBox and its executives of defrauding investors of at least $49 million. At the regulator's request, Shelby froze the company's assets and placed the firm into receivership. However, the asset freeze was rescinded after Shelby found that the SEC may have made materially false and misleading statements. The judge penalized the SEC for gross abuse of the authority entrusted to it by Congress and ordered the agency to pay a portion of DebtBox's attorney's fees. Shelby faulted the arguments of Welsh, the SEC's lead trial attorney on the matter, and the evidence provided by Watkins and his team. Watkins was the agency's lead investigative attorney on the case. In one example, Welsh told the judge that DebtBox had closed its bank accounts and transferred its assets overseas. The court found that this did not happen. An SEC investigator later said a miscommunication led to the error, and Welsh apologized to the court. In December, SEC Enforcement Chief Gerber Gruhl apologized to the court for his department's behavior and said he appointed new lawyers to the case and required training for the agency's enforcement staff. Damn, the SEC got called out big time on this. Can you believe that? Rescinding this case because of materially false and misleading statements. Like literally they had false material on DebtBox the entire time. And they were using their statements in a way to try and incriminate DebtBox. Like that is embarrassing for the SEC to get caught up in, going aggressively after crypto. And I think that was bound to happen at some point. When you're asking for more funding because you want to go after this, industry in total, the whole Web3 industry, and you're going after startups and projects and exchanges and token launches and whatnot, you name it, eventually, you're going to run into cases where you get overextended. And I think this is an example of what happened with the SEC. We saw it again with Ripple back last fall. And that obviously played out very favorably for the crypto industry and for Ripple XRP holders and those that like Ripple Labs, and very badly for the SEC. And it just happened again with DebtBox, just in a completely different scenario. And I see this stuff continuing to happen because they're over leveraging themselves trying to go after this space. So I find this very fascinating. And I don't think this will be the end of it. I think the SEC is definitely going to take a lot of bumps and bruises along the way while they try to go after this space. And I don't think this is going to help them in terms of them trying to get more funding out of Congress. And with the uncertainty this year in the presidential election, who could get into office, who could have influence over that stuff, and over Congress, and what could happen in the next couple of years when they have midterms again. So I think this is something that yeah, we need to keep an eye on. It definitely affects the space, and it has, wreaked havoc over the last couple of years. But I think we're getting a little bit of justice here, a little overzealousness from the SEC now starting to fall flat on their face. And I think the cards landing exactly where, they belong. So let me know what you guys think. Comments, leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about the SEC overreaching, debt box, the situation, and maybe what could, come to fruition next. Also, make sure to like, subscribe if you haven't already. If you have, thank you so much. And I'll talk to you guys on the next episode. Cheers.